It's a misty day here. Got my glasses back on. There's a few things I want to cover in this one. You wonder why I'm so knackered and bad tempered today. Well, cat's having a lot of morning sickness. Although morning sickness is a bit of a misnomer, right? Morning sickness seems to indicate, like last time, where she vomits a few times in the morning and then alright for the rest of the day. No. With this pregnancy, it's a lot worse. It's all fucking day sickness is what this is. Put it this way, the woman vomited about 20 times between 9 o'clock last night and midnight. She is feeling like shit. She can't even keep water down. Now I know, like, see women, any women watching this think, oh well, that's alright, you see. But I'm a bloke, right? And we start worrying about shit like that when people aren't eating and can't keep food down. So it's got us a bit concerned, you know what I mean? She'd probably kill me if I mention it on here. But I'm concerned a bit, you know. It also means that, like, she hasn't got the energy to do it, so I'm basically doing all the normal house stuff, right? All normal housework, and then I'm doing the work and all the other stuff after kid and that. And it weighs you down after a while, you know. Maybe I'm getting sort of like a little bit of what it's like to be a housewife, right? But and I don't like it. Gotta admit, I do not fucking like it one bit. Much prefer it when somebody else is doing like the houseworky things and I do the actual work sort of stuff. Well, actual work sounds bad. She'll fucking kill me for saying that. What I really mean, he says backtrack and try not to get his knackers torn off. I like doing the sort of work that brings the money in. That is just as vital as the housework, he says as a disclaimer. But yeah, so I'm a bit tired. Now I want to ask you a question, a really weird one, alright? Is it worth doing 3D? So no answer. I'll tell you my thoughts on it. I was actually thinking while I was walking on the road there. And I was looking back on all the stuff that I've done and achieved, right? You know, I've outsold some of the biggest names in the industry when I've released DVDs and, you know, stuff like that. But I've also, you know, put up with an immense amount of shite as well. And it's cost me, in the long run, a lot of important things. Cost me some friendships because I basically just wasn't there and I wasn't prepared to put up with people's shit anymore, you know. I was a bit too fucking busy to be putting up with somebody whinging at me because they're having a bad day because, you know, they stubbed the toe or something, which is yeah, I know that's a bit of a character fault of mine, you know, but hey, I'm not perfect. It cost me friends, it cost me social life. You know, there's times when it's basically it gets in the way of your relationship, even though Kat understands there's times when it does get to the point where it's a case of, look, put the fucking computer down, or my girlfriend as she calls it, and give her some attention sort of thing. And you think, is it worth it? See, for me it is, at the moment. But there might come a day at some point where I just think, this ain't fucking worth it. Because I mentioned, like, and I think it was the last one, the one before, with this book, I'm like Ross Perot, right? I'm the rank outsider. Just so happens I know what I'm fucking talking about, and my book's longer than the rest put together. But that won't count for shit. Put it this way, we know that there's some people tolerate me, other people hate me, and a small amount of people like me, right? A very small amount of people. But that's not the same amount as would like anybody else that in the, you know, that's releasing DVDs or books or whatever, on any subject, not just ZBrush. So I don't have the goodwill behind me. So if I make one fucking mistake in this book, one word wrong, one letter, one comma out of place, and I'll get nailed for it, alright? I know that when I wrote it, which put me under an immense amount of pressure, probably more than anybody else, you know, that writes books, to be honest. When you know there's like a 70% chance that no matter how good your fucking book is, somebody's going to go out the way to kill it. But I didn't write this for plaudits and praise. I wrote this to give something back to the industry, because you don't make a fortune out of books, right? Not unless your name's Dan Brown or J.K. Rowling, right? You don't make a lot of money out of it. Certainly not for a ZBrush book. That's a reality check, okay? No matter what anybody's telling you, you don't make a lot of money out of it. You make more money doing normal stuff for clients, right? So you've got to want to do this and want to give something back. I put more time aside, I think, than the other two guys, because basically mine's longer, and by a lot. It's double the length of Scott Spencer's book, put it that way, you know. So, not over that, but so I spent a lot of time on it, but I'd be a bit upset if it failed, you know what I mean? Because I know it's a good book, and I know I'm rattling on about it the last few, but it's on my mind because there's that many people that, you know, have a vested interest in people outside of, you know, the certain little clicks in 3D feeling, you know. It is getting like a close shop, and I've had a few people since I mentioned that, you know, send me emails and stuff in support, and I'm not the all-seeing eye. you know, I don't always. Not everything I see is the truth, or well, not the truth, but I do say the truth as I see it, but it might not be the truth as everybody else sees it. You know, I can say that sky is purple, but you might see it as a dark blue with a hint of red. I might see it as green. I don't fucking know, right? Doesn't mean my truth's any less truthful than yours. It just means that maybe my common sense isn't as finely tuned at times. Maybe it is. I don't know. Who gives a shit? I'm rattling. Rattling on, that is. So. I don't mean to get at people, because I know sometimes people pick it up that way. It's just that sometimes somebody needs to give the 3D industry a kick up the arse, right? And most people are too bloody polite to do it. Right? Well, I've had enough shit by now that I don't really give a crap. I really don't anymore. If I see something's wrong, I'll say it. There's a lot of people who, like, you know, just take a look around here, right? You see over that horizon, there's a massive big town version of the city, right? And it's all full of people like me. Up till now, none of them are 3D artists in the sort of concert Derwentsside area, right? There's only me. I think the 3D world should quake in its boots for the time when Derwentsside discovers 3D, because there'll be hundreds of me all about the place. Let's have a look at the time. 4 minutes. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just at the moment I'm working hard. I'm trying to get this bloody Doctor Who thing wound up, because I've been offered some other work or something else. And it's better paid, and it does, you know, it'll do my CV the world of good, but I don't, you know, I've got to finish this contract first, so we'll see. If you're wondering why I suddenly got my haircut, right, Cat was upstairs, and Kane started, like, helping, right, to tidy the cupboard up, and he found a bag, right, which was full of a load of wires, one of which was the wire for the charger, right, for the hair clippers. And also the wires for the speaker surround sound system. Cause my surround sound system, like, you know, the front speakers are 4 foot tall. It's big, right? And fucking loud, so it's never plugged in, to be honest. It hasn't been plugged in the last 3-4 years, because it's too bloody loud. The only time it ever was, I used to live next to a deaf woman. I was in a semi-detached house, she was deaf next door, and there was about 50 foot to the nearest house, right? So I could come in on night and put Duel of Fates on at, like, full blast, or Metropolis, you know, bloody part 2, you know, by Dream Theater, the album, you know, and not have to worry. But now you got to worry about neighbours and shit. Besides, I'm no longer the party animal. Oh, I am due out on Thursday. Going to Thursday, first time in a year, which means it'll probably only take a sniff of the barmaid's apron for me to be off my face. I intend thoroughly on getting palatic. I think I deserve it, right? I did promise myself once I finished the book I would have myself a good night out and a bloody good blowout, and I never did. So this is my blowout. Besides, the baby's on the way next year, and I won't get a whole lot of chance then, will I? You know, little babies and stuff. Can't see I'm looking forward to the whole nappy thing again. Nah. Done a few models. That Granny Weatherwax one. It wasn't a strict, you know, interpretation of the book. It's how I imagine it. But also, you've got to take into account that sometimes people won't have read the books and won't know why she might not have this look this way. It's the way I like it, right? Looks like a witch, you know, and it's meant to portray the character. Simple as that. There's another one I started the other night, right? And I got about an hour into it, and I soon realised it looked like, you know, the alien that used to sit at the end of the bar in Quarks on Deep Space Nine. It was a dead ringer for him, right? But not close enough that I could say it's the bloke from Deep Space Nine. So I junked that fucker. I was quite annoyed, because thought it was turning out well as well. But yeah, I haven't said a whole lot in this half, have I? Yeah, it's been one of those fucking days, man. But yeah, so I'm on the lookout now for a decent quad core. See, I'm undecided whether to go for 8 gig of RAM and then take it up to 16 later, or just go for the full 16 straight away and max out the machine. Then once it's old, you know, pass it on to Cat and then get something else, octagonal core, whatever the hell I have out there. Let's see what time it is. Alright, we've got about a minute left, and that's about it. I'm going to stand here for a little while and with my memories, because I was, you know, it's just, as I say, thinking about 3D, is it worth it? The things that people I've lost contact with, and, you know, things I've missed out on, and sometimes you have a down day where you just think, you know, is it all fucking worth it? Should I have just done something else? Saying that, I shouldn't be doing alright, you know what I mean, but it's all about the cost, really, isn't it? Are you prepared to pay the cost? At the moment I am. Anyway, he says, I'll see you all next time. I'll probably do one on Wednesday, all going well. Right, see you all, bye bye, have a good weekend.